The other day when I was perusing the North Central Jurisdiction newsletter, the words virtual missions caught my eye. I've led volunteer mission experiences all around the world, but for the past 6 months, I've been sitting at home due to COVID-19. I had never heard of virtual missions.
If you were curious about virtual missions, as I was, keep watching. Tammy Kuntz, VIM coordinator of the North Central Jurisdiction, led our virtual mission team. We were graciously hosted by Chantel Corey, Executive Director of the Midwest Mission Distribution Center, and her staff. MMDC, as it is referred to, is located in Pawnee, Illinois. By Zoom, our team met for the first time on a Friday morning in November. From Tammy, we had received an agenda for the orientation meeting. Members of the MMDC staff were introduced, and our individual roles as team members were outlined. As I registered a couple of weeks earlier, I had expressed an interest in photography and was assigned the role of producing a video about our virtual mission experience. Other assignments were made. Prior to our arrival, Ashley Earls, MMDC Director of Communications, introduced us to two persons instrumental in reaching out to people in Ghana. Each morning as our team members arrived on Zoom, we visited and got to know each other.
We're waiting on a couple more folks, so we'll give it just another minute or two. So how are things in Missouri today, Max?
Kind of cold.
Team member Wes Hurlbert from Wisconsin led our devotional time each morning and sent us off each day with prayer.
Devotion out of Daily Walk with God.
During a commissioning service led by Bishop Frank Beard of the Illinois Great Rivers Conference, we were commissioned as United Methodist missionaries. Everyone in the center was masked for COVID-19. We received an overview of the outreach ministry from Executive Director Chantel Corey.
Hi, Chantel Corey, Midwest Mission Executive Director. So I've been here for 3 years.
We were amazed by the scope of their ministry. In telling us about what they did, we were left wondering, what did they not do? Their ministry and outreach from Pawnee across the United States and around the world is really amazing, and we were especially impressed by the telling personal involvement and deep commitment of their executive director. They do health kits of all kinds, feminine hygiene kits, from scratch make desks for students, create micro-business opportunities, provide sewing machines and bicycles, supply disaster response materials, disperse COVID-19 relief supplies, like N95 masks to a number of different agencies, and hand sanitizer and toilet paper to Navajo and Apache reservations. Assemble and ship rice meal bags. Ship supplies to Ethiopia and a host of other countries. And the list goes on. Chantel said she had ceased to be surprised that when an urgent need arises, soon afterwards, the wherewithal to meet the need always comes to light. On subsequent days, we learned more about the bike ministry and other ministries. Using used parts from old bikes that could not be refurbished, last year they produced over 350 good bikes at a total cost of $150. Impressive. One of their bikes enabled an immigrant to get from his job at McDonald's to the school where he was studying. He had not been able to walk the distance fast enough and was late to one or the other. Using wood from old bleachers, they make student desks. This ministry, and actually MMDC itself, was started 20 years ago when there was a great need for student desks in Haiti. The need for desks here and there has continued through the years. MMDC enables the start of micro businesses for people around the world by shipping refurbished sewing machines, both electric and manual. On our final day at MMDC, we learned about their kit ministry. They assemble a variety of different kits. We were shown just how to find detailed instructions for making the kits on their website.
If you go to Kits and Projects, and then you go to Midwest Mission Kits, as you scroll down, it's got the different projects and kits that we do. So obviously face masks is a big one right now. So all of these things are hyperlinked, so you can click on them. They will take you to the pattern. And then we have how-to videos as well on each of them.
So we started setting up tables for each district and decorating them and tried to make it a little more festive. So it was something that people noticed when they first came in. And so it was the first place that they went to. We always tried to be near the entrance as they were entering the building where the annual conference was being held.
So, Kathy, are you ready to share with some health and safety stuff?
Sure. This is a document that was shared with me by the MMDC and the Assumption of Risk and Waiver Release Form.
Safety is always forefront. Kathy, one of our team members, shared COVID-19 safety precautions being taken at MMDC. She also led us through an important discussion of racism and how sometimes helping can hurt. For each of us, team members and hosts, this was our first virtual mission experience.
Have you been on another virtual?
I have not. I'm planning virtual mission trips, but I've never done one. And so this has been helpful to me. I've also been to MMDC, so I'm a bit familiar with the work that they do, but I was needed to have an experience with a virtual mission experience. And so this has been a good learning for me as well, not just about MMDC, but about virtual mission trips.
So,
Yeah, whereabouts in Wisconsin are you?
I'm in Unalaska, right on the Mississippi River, just north of La Crosse,
That's right. Yeah.
the beautiful west coast of Wisconsin. In a typical year, I would go on 3 or 4 mission trips. And then, of course, the bottom fell out of it. So I was getting lonesome. I hadn't been on a VIM trip since February, and I saw this opportunity come along. It was great to do the virtual visit to MMDC and see how things go there, and kind of amazed by the scope of what they do.
I was just kind of curious, thinking over after this pandemic is over, with these started, I wonder if there'll be a place. I'm just thinking of maybe someone that's been able to travel and not so much anymore.
Right. I think for sure. I think that these are going to, I often lead teams to Liberia. And there's, of course, more than half the congregation that doesn't respond to go to those places. But it's a great way for them to be a part of the mission experience when we're traveling to those places. So I really do believe that it's going to serve as an orientation and maybe part of even them team meetings before people travel, to include virtually those folks that they're going to be traveling to. And I think for sure it's here for the long haul, and it's going to be a tool that we can continue to use in ministry.
Do you think that it'll have any virtue after the pandemic is over?
I think so, yes. It's a whole lot cheaper to go to Guatemala or Uganda or whatever on the computer than it is to pick up and fly there. Although you don't get that close personal contact, you still get to meet folks there, and so you have a connection of some sort.
Rhonda, do you have a piece for us?
I actually am going to do a quiz. And I'm going to send it out a little later because I needed the information from today. So there will be a quiz, and maybe there will even be a prize to the one that answers the most, but it's more for your fun facts. So that's what I've been able to do. Life has been interesting in my house, so that's sorry for the delay.
They didn't tell us it was going to be a test at the end.
Yeah.
Oh,
I do want to talk more about being an ambassador for MMDC.
As we neared the end of our mission, Tammy shared thoughts about how we could each serve as important mission ambassadors for MMDC with our prayers, our donations, and most importantly, spreading the good news that is this amazing outreach ministry of the Midwest Mission Distribution Center. While we were virtually present at MMDC, a container bound for Guatemala was fully loaded by volunteers, or missionaries as they are referred to, from 3 different United Methodist congregations. It was a joy to be there for the circle prayer offered before the container doors were closed. The container then left by truck for St. Louis to be loaded onto a train for New York and finally onto a ship bound for Guatemala.
Thanks for learning with us about virtual missions. If you are interested, contact Tammy in the North Central Jurisdiction United Methodist Volunteers and Mission Office. We encourage you to head out soon to Texas or to Honduras or beyond on your virtual mission.